haven't had salmon until you've had these honey glazed salmon bowls, packed with flavors and healthy. For our recipe today, we're going to be using half of this 4-pound salmon. It's pretty big, so we're going to cut it in half so we can make about 3 servings of our bowls. To cut it in half, we're just going to dice it into a bunch of cubes, and you want to make sure you have no skin on your salmon. This is going to be a skinless salmon recipe. Okay, now we're going to start on the marinade. This is going to be really, really important, and it's going to go on our salmon for about 10 minutes while we're making the rice. I'm going to start off with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of raw honey, teaspoon of rice vinegar, teaspoon of sesame oil, half a teaspoon of minced ginger, half a teaspoon of minced garlic, fourth of a teaspoon of brown sugar, a pinch of salt, and a sprinkle of chili powder. I added another tablespoon of honey and I added another sprinkle of some brown sugar. So now I'm going to throw it into our salmon, mix it, and we're going to let it marinate for at least 10 minutes. We're going to set this aside and get started on our rice. We're going to start off by coating the bottom of our pot in olive oil. We're going to add a little scoop of minced garlic and a little bit of some minced ginger. We're going to put it on medium heat, and while it's cooking, we're going to get started on washing our rice. To wash your rice, you're going to fill up the water all the way to the top. You're going to look through, see if there's any rocks or sediment in your rice. Take them out, just rinse it, drain it out, and do it again until the water runs mostly clear. Take this and just dump it in the pot, and we're going to keep adding water until you see where this part of your finger is. You should be able to touch the surface of the rice, and the water should reach right there. That's how you know you have enough water, but not too much. We're going to just slice off the ends of some baby cucumber, and we're just going to chop these diagonally so they look a little fancier. You want to get a deep enough pan that you can cook your salmon and your sauce in without it spilling out. First, you're just going to start by heating up the pan, and then you're going to add in enough oil to coat the bottom gently, and then you're going to add a little bit of garlic and cook it until it gets fragrant. Not that much. Once the salmon is fully cooked, we're going to add in our glaze. It's going to be 2 tablespoons of honey, 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, and just a small splash of rice vinegar. Now, because we want to cut through those flavors with something either acidic or sweet or spicy, we're going to add a nice sauce that we're going to put right on top. You're going to start off with 1.5 tablespoons of mayo, about a half to 1 teaspoon of sriracha, depending how spicy you want it. A small amount of honey, about a fourth to a half a teaspoon. Just to add some depth to the flavor, a squeeze of lemon juice. Just waiting for our rice to finish, and this is what our sriracha mayo is looking like. The rice is done, which means it's time to start plating up our food. We're going to start off with some garlic ginger rice. I'm just going to add a handful of cucumbers. The star of the show, the honey glazed salmon. Of course, I'm going to make sure to drizzle on some of that delicious sriracha mayo right on top of it, just like that. And then, of course, we're going to sprinkle on some sesame seeds. I'm just going to sprinkle on some cilantro for a little pop of flavor and some color. This is what our plate looks like. Of course, make sure to try out this recipe for yourself. Tag me if you try it, and let me know what you guys think.